Hi there everyone, Daryl Sadgrove here, the CEO of the Australasian College for Health Service Management, and I am extremely honoured and pleased to be here with Sir Muir. Thanks very much for joining me, Muir.
Thank you.
We're here at the Asia Pacific Conference with the IHI and COAWAT here in Auckland, and it's been a really inspirational day from my perspective. Right up to your presentation, and I think you took the whole thing to a whole new level, Muir. Now I wanted to touch on a couple of things that I thought was really interesting in your presentation. You mentioned that we need, if we want to change the culture, we need a new language. And you referred to the fact that actually I might allow you to maybe talk to that a little bit. Can you do that?
Yeah. Well, see, a lot depends on what we think reality is. Now, reality, this chair, this pair of spectacles, they exist, in my view, separate from social reality. But things like quality, value, obligations, rights, these are social constructs. And I've been very influenced. Wittgenstein was my great hero of the 20th century, the philosopher. And Wittgenstein said that language creates reality. And there's an anthropologist called Benjamin Lee Korf, and he wasn't an academic, he was an inspector for an insurance company. He studied the Hopi Indians, and he came up with the principle that language creates reality. So if language creates reality, and you want to change reality, namely the reality is that all our healthcare is high quality, or quality is the most important thing, I believe that value is the most important thing, that embraces quality, then you have to change language. And my own view, you see, that leadership, this issue of leadership, the key issue is, I've in my glossary of 21st century healthcare, which I've been making available to your college members, there's no word with more meanings than leadership. But the one thing that comes across from the meaning of the word leadership is leaders shape culture, managers work within culture. Now, of course, people are both managers and leaders. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, I've seen in organizations, the culture is that the clinicians are the most important people. No, if you were the leader, you'd say, no, the patients are the most important. So that's a cultural change. Now, if you want to shape culture as a leader, there's two ways you can do it. One is by your own behavior and persona. So I've known people, they say, oh, in this organization we respect the opinion of everybody, but then when someone puts a report in the chief executive doesn't like, so behavior is one thing, the body language and what they say and what they do. Bullying is a classic example of that. But the second is how do you implement the language, and so quite a simple thing would be the use of the word value. And I do say to chief execs, if they're watching, or people who manage, if you were to ask all the key people in your organization to write down what's the difference between quality and value, or between equity and equality, what would they write down? And always the chief exec says, I don't know, but they'd all write something different, and they laugh. And I say, well, how the hell can you run an organization if you don't have a common language? So I feel this is an under-recognized bit. Now, I feel that too much leadership development is focused on sort of personal training and self-realization, and these sort of things are very important. But I think there's a sort of technical linguistic thing. So language creates reality, and you've got to change reality, you change the language.
Muir, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
And thank you all for joining us, and we'll talk to you again soon.